Two tyrannical empires straddle our beloved galaxy, seeking to stamp out the virtues of democracy. So we must be doubly prepared to deliver a righteous boot of our own against these oppressors. Shortly after your unfortunate demise, sir, though my blaster cannons are silent, my vocoder has become another booming weapon for freedom, one meant to battle fear and complacency. My only regret is not being able to assist you on your top-secret mission all these years. Surely you've been on a mission of utmost secrecy, and making our enemies believe that you were killed was vital for operational success. As you can see, my reassignment was greatly needed. After the success of my morale initiative, Command knew the press corps could count on me. Recruitment and voluntary redeployment are up 14% since I joined. Soon we'll be able to finally drive out the forces of injustice. I understand now. I would choose a more believable cover story, but your secret is safe with me, sir. As you can see, my reassignment was greatly needed. After the success of my morale initiative, Command knew the press corps could count on me. Recruitment and voluntary redeployment are up 14% since I joined. Soon we'll be able to finally drive out the forces of injustice. It has felt like an unbearable amount of time since I've emancipated a world from the iron grip of despots. Sir, it occurs to me that serving directly under you once again would provide the press corps with ample feats of heroism. I'm certain I could persuade my superiors that a joint operation is the best course of action. Not a single component in my ingenious construction is susceptible to rust, corrosion, or cowardice, sir. My actuators are shivering with anticipation. M14X is ready for action.
Stand down, team. I'd wager we're not looking at an attack. No need to pick a fight. You have the look of special forces. Scouts, perhaps? So long as you don't trample our work, I'm happy to let you go about yours. It's never been in my nature to judge a tome by its bindings. Talos Strelic, at your service. Welcome to my humble expedition. I know what you're thinking. What dastardly evil could they be unearthing here? The answer is less sinister than you might assume. We're studying the Temple of Sacrifice. Or parts related, anyway. In hindsight, I realize that isn't helping my case. Even if it were inherently evil, which I doubt, knowing its workings can be used for good. The temple was created by the Emperor's design, much like the Eternal Empire. I suspect there could be shared elements in the technology. We're working to exhume functional samples, but the Musashi make the work quite dangerous. Quite an offer, but I would be remiss to leave potential breakthroughs unexplored, especially when we're so close to a discovery. With your assistance, I think we could gather what we need before departing. Wouldn't take a day. That's the spirit. Here are the locations we should search. I'll be right behind you. I haven't been on an excavation quite this thrilling since my old master vanished. Never a dull moment when it comes to Sith archaeology, you know. You were a great help. These specimens should be more than enough to conduct the necessary tests. You've done so much for my research, and asked nothing in return. I am in your debt. You're a colleague of Dr. Juvard Ogarob. Oh, that's wonderful news. I couldn't ask for a better engineering consultant. I'll begin preparations to depart the Yavin system forthwith. Exciting times lay ahead.
No, please!
Do not interfere. I must kill them.
Don't let him. Please! I'm begging!
Quiet! Innocent. There is no forgiving their crimes. My father's bones lay cast aside. His face adorns a mantle. No Kalish could call him God now. That is all they can pay with. Their blood is the only offering that will slake my father's vengeance. Enshrined with their bones, his godhood may be restored. Then you will meet death. Godhood escapes me and my father both.
Stars, it's over. Thank you. I thought we were dead. It's a miracle someone like you heard our distress signal. I don't know what we would have done otherwise. Thank you for everything.
You have returned without Zalek. Understood. It is your vision that must guide us. I shall continue my search.
Stand down, team. I'd wager we're not looking at an attack. No need to pick a fight. Jedi are usually quite reasonable. So, what brings you out today? A disturbance in the Force? Oh, or the seductive call of the dark side? Too true. I spent enough time in Sith tombs to pay it a healthy respect. That was insensitive. My apologies. Talos Strelic, at your service. Welcome to my humble expedition. I know what you're thinking. What dastardly evil could they be unearthing here? The answer is less sinister than you might assume. We're studying the Temple of Sacrifice, or parts related anyway. In hindsight, I realize that isn't helping my case. Even if it were inherently evil, which I doubt, knowing its workings can be used for good. The temple was created by the Emperor's design, much like the Eternal Empire. I suspect there could be shared elements in the technology. We're working to exhume functional samples, but the Musashi make the work quite dangerous. They are ancient Sith, bred into hulking warriors through the alchemy of Exar Kun himself. A wondrous anthropological find, were they not so bloodthirsty. With your assistance, I think we could gather what we need before departing. Wouldn't take a day, even. That's the spirit. Here are the locations we should search. I'll be right behind you. I haven't been on an excavation quite this thrilling since my old master vanished. Never a dull moment when it comes to Sith archaeology, you know. You were a great help. These specimens should be more than enough to conduct the necessary tests. You've done so much for my research, and asked nothing in return. I am in your debt. Not just a lucky turn of events after all, but still auspicious. Truth be told, the Empire doesn't have its heart in that fight yet. I'll begin preparations to depart the Yavin system forthwith. Exciting times lay ahead.
No, please!
Do not interfere. I must kill them.
Don't let him. Please! I'm begging!
Quiet! Innocent. There is no forgiving their crimes. My father's bones lay cast aside. His face adorns a mantle. No Kalish could call him God now. Their blood is the only offering that will slake my father's vengeance. Enshrined with their bones, his godhood may be restored. A temple for his veneration.
Yes. Headquarters would have to agree to it. It would be a nightmare for them if this got out.
Do not speak again. Make my father whole and return him to a place befitting a god. Your lives depend on it. My father will know peace again soon. Is it respect for the dead that stays my enemy's hand? I am bound to no one. You seek to command me. You must make me kneel. I will give you a warrior's death. You are a great warrior. You even deny me death.
Stars, it's over. Thank you. I thought we were dead. Believe me, Headquarters is gonna get an earful about this. I'll never even dig near an old campsite again. Thank you for everything.
We aren't here to drone on about facts and figures, Lieutenant. We report victories. Bloody hard-won victories. Get me one by 2200, or Cass City will hear about your upcoming suicide mission to Coruscant. Dismissed! My lord, you served on the Dark Council alongside Darth Maul. Disappeared along with him. Major Pierce. What brings you to the Outreach Bureau? Could be I led that op that cracked open the Bastion on Corellia. Could be I served under the Emperor's wrath. These days I'm only trotted out like a blasted trophy. Idiots up top think it's good for morale. Winning is good for morale. Seems like the Republic's given up on Zakul and dedicated everything they've got left to kicking our hinds. Picked a fine time to find their backbones. Empire won't be in any shape to tackle Zakul without pushing back the Republic. Start putting wins on the board, and maybe that'll change. Hope it does. Might get me out of this stuffed shirt and back in the action. Excuse me. The ministers are waiting. Hope to hear more about you soon, my lord. I've seen some powerful Sith at work, my lord. And you'd give just about all of them a run for their money. Victories outstripping defeats. Morale's out of the gutter. Logistics are in the black for the first time in years. Tide's finally turning now. It's back on the table, I wager. I'm tired of sitting on the sidelines, and Command's out of excuses to keep me. Thinking I might assemble another Black Ops team. Start hitting the hardest targets again. Maybe attach myself to an outfit that can do real damage. Know anything like that? Never been more ready. I've been waiting for this. Sharpening my edge. Next time you see action, I want to be there. Soon as I've got my transfer, I'll meet your people. My CO rejects it, I might put 2 in his chest as a resignation, and come anyway.
Ah, Commander, there you are. Well done. Yoon arrived a while ago, and I must confess I am already impressed. Immediately upon his arrival, he told me he could feel that I was seeking. After a brief meditation, he located a precision torque spanner that I had lost months ago. And then, as if it were no more challenging of a thing, he pointed out the solution to a thruster heat dissipation problem that I've been staring at for the past week. How did he put it? I believe he said something about watching the river of heat, looking to where it met the sea. Simply marvelous. Ah, it is ever the burden of the brilliant to be considered strange by those who lack the vision or genius to understand the world as we do. Continue to recruit for us individuals of such bold talent and insight, Commander. I suspect we will see tangible results rather soon indeed. I do not have any recruitment leads at this time, but I will send you an alert if I learn anything. In the meanwhile, this reflection has excited me all over again. My mind floods with inspired designs I must create.
I don't get many visitors out this way. A delivery droid, a roosting Thranter, the odd sail speeder. Momentary distractions, not always unwelcome. But you, I'm actually pleased to see. It's good to know I'll only have to drink for Cypher 12 in the future. Give yourself more credit. So long as I linger, I'll remember our time fondly. To what do I owe this visitation? If I told you that I'd got out and retired to this pristine wilderness for a well-deserved rest, would you believe me? It's closer to the truth than you think. I'm dying. The alterations I've made to my genes are fraying. With each division, my cells introduce more errors. Cancer is the best I can hope for. Treating the damaged sequences using the strains I have on hand has proven fruitless. I need a stronger virus. Yes, Thorn is aptly named. The Rakghoul strain Sanus Lorik released years back is perhaps my only hope. I need you to harvest any samples you can find. Follow Thorn's broadcasts. Activate these probes in the tunnels anywhere they deploy their spike. It's all I ask. Thank you, Cypher. I don't get many visitors out this way. A delivery droid, a roosting Thranter, the odd sail speeder. Momentary distractions, not always unwelcome. A visit from a Sith of your station, however, is quite unexpected. Welcome to my humble abode, my lord. May I offer you some Dianogan tea? Don't mind my pets. They were created with a modified strain. Sterile, harmless. 48 hours after transformation, the virus can no longer reproduce. Kowakian monkey lizards originally. I find them much less obnoxious in this form. They're also remarkably good for pest control. To what do I owe this visitation? Then you haven't been told nearly enough. It's been nice to have made your acquaintance. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to attend to. Remember how I said the rat ghouls were harmless? I lied. Few people realize the kind of protective instincts rat ghouls display for their pack. A rare loyalty these days. Careful. Strike two will be your last. Have the scratches begun to itch yet? You'll find any thorn inoculations rather impotent in combating the strain coursing through your body. And what if I'm just mad? I have the means to save you from the gruesome fate that awaits, but it will require more materials than I have on hand. It seems you've just volunteered yourself to replenish my stock. When the virus begins to alter your brain, you won't even have the capacity to remember me. All the more reason to cooperate. I'd suggest you bring me whatever biochem supplies you can spare. But I'll also need new viral samples to work with. Follow Thorn's broadcasts. They'll deploy their spike anywhere a rat ghoul outbreak is detected. Activate my probes in the rat ghoul's tunnels, and they might locate useful samples. They will prove useful, but they won't be enough to cure you. I'll begin my preparations. My stores are fully stocked. All we need are the right samples, and a cure will be within our reach. I received signals from my probes indicating a successful harvest. Let me test these samples' viability for your treatment. No good. This strain has mutated too far from its origin to be useful. We'll have to try a different source. And you'll have it. I believe there is one place where we can still find the strain that we need. A Sarlacc. Recall the outbreak on Tatooine. If an infected creature was eaten by a Sarlacc, it would still be alive, even today. The probes I gave you should be able to traverse a Sarlacc's digestive tract safely, provided you deploy them nearby. In the event they can't, well, more invasive action may need to be taken. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. My probes notified me of your success. Not a moment too soon by the looks of you. Too true. Let's see what you've pulled from the jaws of death. You're quite lucky. What you gathered was exactly what I needed. This serum should counteract the infection. Doesn't it feel nice to have the weight of your own mortality lifted from your shoulders? Don't worry, you're in no danger. The sedative will slow your mind and movements, but it causes no permanent harm. Just a precaution in case you were still harboring any aggressive inclinations toward me. We got off on the wrong foot, but you've been quite useful, so I'm willing to forgive and forget. Apology accepted. By the time you awaken, I will be gone. My fallow years at an end, and possessed of a new lease on life. I could go anywhere, do anything. Where do you suggest, Commander? If that's what you wanted, all you had to do was wait. Next time we cross paths, I hope your mood will have improved. Else I may have to kill you.
Commander, there you are. What happened with Lokin? Wow, enough of a monster that even an imp says he's not worth it. Sounds like you made the right call, Commander. Oh, no offense intended. Wonder if we'll ever run into him again down the road. There are a whole lot of stars out there. But the galaxy seems like a smaller place every day. I'm just babbling. Don't let me waste your time, Commander.
No, please!
Duty before glory. I must kill them.
Don't let him. Please! I'm begging!
Quiet! That is so. My father's bones lay cast aside. His face adorns a mantle. No Kalish could call him God now.
I'm sorry! We're all sorry! We didn't know! The company has resources. They can make reparations.
Their blood is the only offering that will slake my father's vengeance. Enshrined with their bones, his godhood may be restored. I shall.
No! Why? Ah!
My father will know peace again, soon. Is it respect for the dead that stays my enemy's hand? I am bound to no one. You seek to command me. You must make me kneel. I will give you a warrior's death. You are a great warrior. I am Zalek. You may command me.
Our growth continues. I have been reflecting upon my time here, upon the difficulty of working with outsiders, upon why it is difficult. Among the Voss, being a mystic is a great honor. However, I have also come to realize it is very isolating. Wise words. However, this is not quite what I attempt to convey. As a mystic, one sees. A mystic does not interpret. A mystic does not choose. Here, I have no interpreter. I reflect upon matters and decide for myself. For the first time, I choose. As I have reflected upon this, some of the actions of outsiders around me have seemed less strange. Perhaps. I am unsure. I must reflect further. Forgive my tangent, Commander. I did not mean to take so much of your time. Is there anything else, Commander? Very well. Commander, we should discuss the Enclave. The Force Enclave now matches what was seen in my vision. Yes, Commander, we have accomplished much. There is still much we can do to grow further. But this achievement also represents a personal milestone. In reaching this point, we have fulfilled the last interpreted vision I had to guide my path. Henceforth, my actions will be exclusively of my own interpretation, my own choice. I feel conflicted, yet at the same time, excited. Though the path from here is unknown, I believe we must continue to build and grow. As we do, we shall both see where this path leads. Is there anything else, Commander? Very well.
Hey, Commander, what's going on? Well, don't look now, but I think we might have actually managed to turn the corner. We're set up with a pretty broad supply of the basics. It's not perfect, but we've got what we need with a little room to grow. We're even starting to find sources for the rarer stuff. We've actually found a contact in the Zakul Undercity. She's got access to Eternal Empire tech. Old Dr. Hutt's tripping over his tail at the chance to play with it. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've still got a lot more to do before everything is said and done. So keep your eye out as usual for people or supplies. But we're actually kind of stable for the first time. Feels nice. Maybe I'll give the crews a day off. Fly safe.
Hello, Commander. How can I help you? We've come a long way, Commander. It was not easy, but after all the training and cooperation, we finally got everyone feeling more like they're part of a unified Alliance force, rather than a bunch of cobbled factions. We're trained, equipped, and we've got ourselves the makings of what I dare call a small fleet. Sure, we can't take the Eternal Fleet head-on, but we are mounting our own tactical operations. Initial results have been very encouraging, and fantastic for morale. Things are only going to scale up from here, Commander. You keep bringing us everything you can find. We'll put every scrap to good use. Understood.
Don't think you get to boss me around. Remember which side's in charge of this base.
Private, is it? Maybe you're not aware, Private, but this is an alliance. There are no sides.
That's what they keep telling us, but you know it as well as I do.
Saying something's true is one thing, but it has to feel true, and it doesn't.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And so we're clear, Corporal. Your rank means nothing to me. Less than nothing.